Hey friends, today we're visiting Nagoya, a city that perfectly blends history, culture, and modern attractions. It may not be the city that most people immediately put on their itinerary for Japan when they go. However, I'm going to give you 5 good reasons today why Nagoya deserves a spot on your Japan itinerary. We'll visit iconic places like Nagoya Castle, Legoland Japan, the Toyota Museum, and also dive into its famous food scene. So let's go. Let's start with a little orientation on Japan. Nagoya is Japan's fourth largest city, and it's located in the Aichi prefecture in the middle of the country. Right in between Osaka or Kyoto and Tokyo, so super easy transportation on the bullet train or the Shinkansen if you are wanting to make a stop on the way. It's the birthplace of Toyota Motor. Most of us have heard or have driven a Toyota or a Lexus or something like that. It also has great food. And did you know it houses the world's largest planetarium? We'll go into that too, but let's dive into the first reason or thing that you should do if you're visiting Nagoya, and that is the Nagoya Castle. Nagoya Castle is the symbol of Japan's feudal history, originally built in 1612 as a political and military hub for the Tokugawa shogunate. The iconic structure with its golden shachiko, that's the dolphin-shaped roof ornaments, is often mistaken as the entire castle, but it's actually the main keep. Separate from this is the Honmaru Palace, which serves as the castle's living quarters and administrative center, so really the main center of life. The palace, meticulously reconstructed using traditional methods, showcases the elegance and artistry of that samurai-era architecture and offers a deeper glimpse into the lives of Japan's ruling elite, and it is absolutely gorgeous. You don't get to see this part in very many castles, so Nagoya Castle is a must visit, especially because of how they have reconstructed this. Is it a reconstruction? Absolutely, but is it beautiful and worth looking at? Yes. Next, we're heading to Legoland Japan, which is in Nagoya, like I said, obviously, because today we're visiting everything Nagoya, and it is a family-friendly theme park for anyone Lego lover. And if you have Lego loving kids like I do, this is a phenomenal place to go. And if you have been to other Legoland, it's still different. If you want a full walkthrough of Legoland Nagoya, go check out this video because I'm going to do a full walkthrough there. But there are Lego themed rides, attractions, shows, exhibits, exclusive Lego sets, all that kind of stuff, Lego food, everything, right? Everything is there. It is perfect for any Lego enthusiast, whether kid or kid at heart. And there are some exciting roller coasters also and intricate Lego models in the Miniland. I feel like Miniland is one of my favorite places to go when I go to any Legoland because it is amazing what people have recreated with Legos. There are these historic Japanese landmarks or things that you can easily identify. It is amazing to walk around and you see all the different motorized things too. People can do amazing things with Legos, and I'm always blown away. There's something for everyone. Even if you don't want to ride all the rides, you get sick on roller coasters, or you think they're too kiddie or whatever, there is something for everyone. Plus, you don't want to miss the Sea Life Aquarium, where there's a lot of fun underwater adventure to be had. You can have some hands-on time with some sea creatures. There's interactive slides and things for little kids, big kids to play with. There's even a little adventure that you can go on and do throughout. Sea Life, it's also worth it if you're tacking on just a little bit of time at the end or before. If you have a sea creature loving little people or big people, add that on. So I mentioned Nagoya is the birthplace of Toyota, right? So for any car and tech enthusiasts, I highly recommend going to the Toyota Commemorative Museum of Industry and Technology. It is a must in so many different ways, but I learned so many new things as a result of going, because did you know that it actually started as a textile manufacturing company? This shows the fascinating history of Toyota, which, like I just said, it started from textiles and then it became this global leader in automotive technology. Who would have thunk it? And it walks you through the whole process, and there are interactive things where you get to weave cotton and then you get to play with the different machines that wove the cotton. And then you have all the different models of cars, both really old and of the future, things that they're building and stuff like that. It is so informative. And it also has this interactive section afterwards where it's almost like a play area. You just have to get a reservation to go in there. It is free, included with your ticket, but we had so much fun there. There's different science things. There are plain old games if people want to do that. You can ride little cars. It's just fun and it's included. So why not? There's also food that's actually not bad. But most places in Japan, you go and the food is cheap, but it's still really good. Or like it's part of an amusement park, but it's still really good. Like at Legoland, we had some good food too. So that is one of my favorite things about going to Japan, that the food is awesome, regardless of the cost in most cases. Love it. But back to Toyota. If you are a person that likes history, a person that likes technology, a person that likes cars, this is a must visit museum. It is done so well. Just go. This Nagoya City Science Museum. This is the world's largest planetarium, and we weren't even originally planning to go, and then we saw it and kind of had to go. And we haven't really been to too many planetariums, but it was so cool. There are levels and levels, and so be prepared to try to walk through and do all the hands-on things. There's one section where it's great for little kids, especially because it's very hands-on, very sciencey and interactive, and just immediate interactive fun. Right? So you see lights or you hear sounds or you're able to play with different physics type of things or whatnot. And then there are all kinds of other sciencey things, like more the planetarium side. There is a whole room where you sit. You have to go at a certain time, right? But they do a mock like day planet thing where you sit in these super comfortable seats and you're not allowed to have any sort of devices. Like it needs to be pitch dark, right? So no phones, no anything, but it's a simulation and it is phenomenal. So absolutely do it if you go. This is also a funny side story, but my kid had a digital camera, right? And it was one of my old Canon ones. And so it wasn't cheap, but he had it with him. And by the end of when we were leaving and it was closing down, he didn't have it with him. And so we said, okay, do you remember the last place you had it? And we tried to retrace our steps, but everybody is already leaving. We're already being shooed out. They're saying it's closing. Lights are going out. We asked kindly to the person that was working on that floor. And I told them what the situation was. My son had lost his camera. Is it okay if we just go back upstairs and looked at the last place that we were at? And they kindly said yes. They let us go back. They walked us there. They gave us a few minutes. And guess what? We found it where he had left it. We didn't know exactly where, but we looked at the last like 3 places that he had been, and it was still there. How many places, how many countries can you say that you leave a pricey thing and it's still there? Where you left it. Not taken by someone. I mean, I guess, yes, they could have given it to the lost and found. That was the next place we were going to go. But what are the odds? Anyway, I told my kid, you are a lucky, lucky child. He was also one that lost his band at Universal. And again, they found it. It was at the lost and found in the store. Seriously, probably anywhere else, people would have taken that so fast. They're like, oh, score, I got a free band. Those things aren't cheap either. But you know what? Honesty, nice people, kindness is alive in this world. And that was my detour from the largest planetarium. Go. It is really cool. There's something for everyone, kid or kid at heart. And of course, we had to talk about the food scene because every prefecture, every city has unique things to offer. And Nagoya is no different. There is an incredible food culture. And I can't just list a few things, but I am going to list a few things because you just have to go and experience all the different things. But I'm going to talk about 2 specific dishes you absolutely have to try if you go. One is hitsumabushi. If you like eel, if you like unagi, this is done in a way, it is an unagi bowl, but you eat it 3 different ways. It is a special Nagoya way of eating it. It's called hitsumabushi. Just trust me. It is grilled eel served over rice. 3 different ways to enjoy it. First, plain, then with condiments, and then with tea or a broth poured over. It's a full flavorful experience that is very uniquely Nagoya, and you have to try it. The second one I'm going to say is miso katsu, which if you like tonkatsu, that is fried pork, right? Breaded fried pork. But this Nagoya style is miso style. And if you're thinking of like the plain miso soup kind of miso, it's not that either. It's like a little sweeter miso. And it's just another standout. And maybe it's not for everyone, but I absolutely love it. It is your katsu, your breaded pork cutlet, topped with a rich, savory red miso sauce. It's hearty, it's satisfying. It is a local favorite. You'll see like miso katsu sando also. So if you want it in sandwich form, you can do that. Just be sure to try both of these dishes when you visit. There are so many different other ones, but you can also try to get this bento box like we did on your way somewhere else in the Shinkansen, because there are tons of bentos being sold in the Shinkansen shops, right? And this one was all the Nagoya meibutsu. Meibutsu means what they're known for, what they're famous for. And it had the tenmusu, it had spaghetti, it had all of these things that are must-tries in Nagoya. Is it going to be as good as a restaurant? Absolutely not. And do not expect that, because it is not made fresh on the spot. It's not hot. It's not all these things, right? But if you want a flavor of all these things and you just don't have time to go to all these different restaurants that specialize in these things, this might be your next best option. If I've convinced you to add Nagoya to your itinerary, let me know in the comments what convinced you. Can you tell that Nagoya has so much more to offer that I just couldn't fit everything into this one video? If you want to know more about incredible spots like the super affordable Hiyashiyama Zoo, free for kids in middle school and below, can you believe it? Or the Osu shopping district, which mixes so much modern and history in fantastic shops. Or Ghibli Park for those Ghibli movie lovers, the Port of Nagoya Aquarium, the Highway Oasis Tsukaria, which is a complete hidden gem amusement park, and even more amazing food, let me know in the comments. I'd love to dive deeper into these in a part 2, and all the links are in the description if you're ready to start planning your trip today. So, Nagoya is truly a city that has it all: historic landmarks, family-friendly attractions, and an unforgettable food scene. So whether you're exploring Nagoya Castle, having fun at Legoland, diving into the history of Toyota, or just enjoying some hitsumabushi and misokatsu, there is something here for everyone. Have you been to Nagoya, or are you going to add it to your travel list? Because you should. Let me know in the comments below. If you're wondering about other things to do in Japan, head to this Japan itinerary suggestion video, because I tell you all kinds of things that I recommend, especially as a parent or for your first time going. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more travel tips and guides, and thanks for watching. See you in the next adventure. Mata ne!